Presenting the ultimate countdown of the top 10 characters we labeled as toxic over the years. But what if we got them all wrong? Yep, we're turning the tables and taking a fresh look to see if these infamous characters were just misunderstood. So let's get to it. Number 10, Rachel, Tower of God. In number 10, we have Rachel from Tower of God. At first glance, she seems like a genuine character, but boy is there a twist. She let her envy towards Bam get the best of her and pushed him off the tower. It was intense because it nearly ended him. But what really gets fans riled up is her deception. I mean, faking a disability? That's lower than me trying to touch my toes during yoga. She used to play on people's emotions and have them help her climb the tower. But hey, while she was undeniably mistaken in her actions, one has to consider her perspective. Imagine a young child being told that their long-cherished dreams are unattainable simply because they aren't the chosen one. It's only natural that such a child would act out or make impulsive decisions in response. This isn't to justify her actions, but rather to understand that from the viewpoint of a devastated youngster. Such a reaction may have been somewhat expected. Number 9, Gabby Braun, Attack on Titan. Next up, we have Gabby Braun from Attack on Titan. In many ways, she could have been an admirable and even sympathetic character. However, there are two major reasons why many fans just can't see her that way. First, she's the one who snuck onto the airship and shot Sasha. Why her? The act alone had fans up in arms, and second, her unwavering belief that her fellow Eldians are devils, and her willingness to punish or even kill them because of that belief is hard for many to stomach. Now, hold up. We need to remember she's still more of a young girl than a battle-hardened soldier. Given the intense brainwashing she's undergone, it's no surprise that her reactions are fiery. Remember how Raynar was completely shaken when he saw the Paradis Eldians weren't evil? Plus, the kid's got guts, you gotta admit it. It takes serious cojones to do half the stuff she's done. Number 8, Yakumo Umori, Tokyo Ghoul. Moving on, we have Jason from Tokyo Ghoul, and he's got more issues than Vogue. Absolute madman. He's this notorious antagonist who not only takes out his enemies, but actually enjoys torturing them. And the most twisted part, he's a cannibal. But here's the catch. His cruelty has roots. When he was held in Cochlea, he was tortured relentlessly by an investigator. To cope, he'd imagine he was the one giving pain. This messed up coping mechanism gave him a weird sense of feeling human. Now, while enduring all of this, he picked up a thing or two about how to torture ghouls. And once he got out, he took that twisted thrill and started hunting down his own victims, dragging them into his very own chamber of horrors. Honestly, when you think about it, he's just a product forged by his haunted past traumas. Number 7, Ruudius Greyrat. Mushoku Tensei. At number 7, we have Ruudius Greyrat. Now, some viewers criticize this, let's say, less than heroic qualities. I totally see where they're coming from. It's true, in the beginning of the anime, Ruudius, although appearing to be a child, exploits his mature mind for all kinds of unseemly actions. So it's definitely not something you can excuse, and I'm in full agreement with you on that. But here's where it gets interesting. Ruudius is aware of his own flaws. He knows where he went wrong in his previous life, and he's determined to do better this time around. Yes, sometimes he stumbled and reverts to his old ways, but you've got to give the guy some credit. He admits his weaknesses, and you can see him trying to change. Don't get me wrong, he doesn't suddenly become a saint. He's still a pervert, but he's trying. And isn't that what life's about? Progress, not perfection. Or so my therapist says. Number 6, Akito Soma, Fruits Basket. Next up, we have Akito Soma from Fruits Basket. Now, Akito more layered than my aunt's lasagna, and equally as hot when she gets fired up. Family drama, am I right? On the surface, she seems poised and gentle, but inside she's like a dormant volcano with a fiery temper. Interestingly, while she stands at the forefront of her family, she's shrouded in mystery. Despite her outward confidence, she's actually full of insecurities and fears, especially the fear of being alone. But here's the twist. Akito has a dark side and can be cruel, often driven by her fears. Her mother, Ren, out of jealousy, raised her as a boy, fearing Akito would overshadow her in Akira's heart. And Akira, attempting to soothe the young Akito, unintentionally made her believe that the Zodiac members would always love her, no matter what. Number 5, Envy, Full Metal Alchemist. At number 5, we have Envy from Full Metal Alchemist that people simply hate. He thrives on human suffering and is a master manipulator of emotions. I mean, he once boasted about causing the fall of an entire nation with just one bullet. impersonating an officer who actually disagreed with the war. But as aggressive and cruel as he is deep down, Envy is consumed by jealousy. He sees the strength and close bonds humans share, something his kind lacks. It's ironic, right? Despite all his hatred, he essentially is just a lonely soul craving genuine connections. Number 4. Boruto Uzumaki. Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. Moving on, we have Boruto. Now, being Naruto's son, it's the same as being the child of a celebrity. Everyone expects you to drop an album, but all you want to do is play the triangle. Hey, everyone remembers Naruto from the original anime, but here's the twist. When his son Boruto took the spotlight in Boruto and Naruto Next Generations, a lot of fans weren't thrilled. It's weird because while Boruto is incredibly skilled, that's part of the issue. Some think he's too perfect, almost like a Mary Sue. And while Naruto had reasons to be a rebellious kid, Boruto's bratty behavior feels out of place since he grew up with a loving family. But hold up and hear me out. I know this might be an unpopular opinion, but think about it from his perspective. Imagine growing up and watching your father consistently choose work over family. How would you feel? Your mother, your sister, they're putting in effort, planning events, and expecting the father to be present. But instead, he thinks sending a shadow clone would be enough?
父ちゃんどうやら影分身じゃねえみてえだな
I mean, seriously, it's his daughter's birthday. If anything, leave a clone at the office and show up yourself. I totally get why he's furious. So, while it may seem like a simple thing for some, I genuinely think he had every right to be upset on behalf of his mother and sister. Number 3. Nier, Death Note. Next up, we have Nier from Death Note, who kinda acts as a replacement for one of the anime's most iconic adversaries, the quirky genius detective known as L. Loliet. Look, if L was Coke, Nier's more like Diet Coke. Not simply the same kick, but he gets the job done. It's not his fault he's been handed L's oversized shoes. I mean, could anyone really fill those? Let me explain. Now, a key point. The anime skips a lot of the manga's depth. Trust me, it's like judging a movie after watching just the trailer. And let's clear up a misconception. Nier's detective style is distinct from L's. While L is confrontational, Nier lets things fall into place. Also remember, Nier doesn't have L and Light's ego-driven motive. Unlike the passionate characters of the series, he is intentionally subdued. He's more about the endgame than justice. Number 2. Sakura Haruno, Naruto. Alright, you can't complete this list without mentioning Sakura, so here's the deal. Sakura has always been regarded as complete dog throughout the OG Naruto season. If I had $1 for every time she yelled Sasuke or Naruto without doing much else, I could probably hire someone to write more useful characters. And on top of that, she has this ungrateful attitude which makes me want to slap the living hell out of her. But hey, you know that quirky inner Sakura? It's a cool reflection of her battling with self-doubt and insecurities. Remember when she dramatically cut her hair during the Chunin exams? That wasn't just a style choice. It symbolized her letting go of some past baggage. Plus, let's give credit where it's due. While Naruto and Sasuke had their own chakra control issues, Sakura nailed it, showcasing her dedication to growth. Oh, and y'all better give her some respect because without her, our favorite waifu, the one and only Hinata, would have been a goner. Finally, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy that has been misunderstood the most is number 1, Askalad, Vinland Saga. Askalad from Vinland Saga. Now, he's the guy you hate to love. You'd probably swipe left on him in a heartbeat, but deep down, you can't help but respect the hustle. So, thinking about the first arc of Vinland Saga, you might initially pin Askalad as the ultimate baddie, but let's dig deeper. Now, everyone remembers that intense scene where Askalad tricks Thor during their duel, making him believe it's over, only to spring a surprise attack with hidden archers. Man, that move was downright villainous. Some might even call it cowardly. I mean, before we learn about Askalad's complicated life in later episodes, anyone would think this guy was heartless. But then, isn't jealousy such a painful human emotion? Yet mysteriously he spares Thor's son, Thorfinn, even when he's an easy target. Is it kindness, or is Askalad seeing a potential tool in the young warrior? The question still remains, is Askalad just a heartless monster? Consider this. He fixes Thorfinn's arm after a grueling fight and doesn't dispose of him despite the boy's obvious thirst for revenge. These actions hint at a shred of humanity. Maybe he's not as stone-hearted as he appears. His life has been scarred with trauma, which, while not excusing his deeds, certainly provides context. In truth, the overwhelming villain in Vinland Saga isn't just one man, it's the brutality of war itself. Askalad, for all his scheming and violence, is also its victim. He may not be an angel, but he's not the devil either. He's a broken man trying to reclaim a lost legacy in a war-torn world. And that's all for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Remember to subscribe and smash the living shit out of that like button. Peace!